Hello friends, welcome to another video. Today is going to be my top 5 favorite books of all time, basically, at least as of right now. Of course, my books will change as I read more. A little bit about myself. If you didn't know, I don't think I've actually shared this on my channel. I'm a big reader. I love to read. It's just something that I've always liked to do. And I mean, it's just, books are very interesting. They're like movies, except they're a little bit better than movies if you think about it, because you can hear the character's thoughts. In a movie, you will watch a movie and you can't see the character's thoughts. You can see their actions and you can see, like, they can do expressions and stuff, but it's a lot harder to get it across. When you're reading a book, they can tell you what the character's thinking, or they don't have to do that either, but they have the option to tell you what the character is thinking, so you can get more of who the character is. In the movie, they have to work a lot harder to get that to work. And I love movies, don't get me wrong. Movies are awesome and they do a really good job on the movies, at least the good ones, of course. I don't watch the bad ones because you know, like the ones with bad words in them and things like that, because I'm a Christian. Yeah, but without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not really gonna have an order for these, but one of these books is gonna be a book that I like above all the rest, and that is just a very important book. Right here we have the Evetide, and this is representing the entire series. There's an entire series of this by Beverly Lewis. If you haven't heard of her, she writes a bunch of Amish books, and they are really awesome books. I definitely recommend them. If you guys want to get some of these, then I definitely recommend it. They're really great books about the Amish, and it's like a lot about, this particular one is about a Amish person who likes the beach a lot and likes exploring and everything, and she doesn't want to be stuck in one place, and so she goes through, she ends up getting invited to a place to basically babysit someone's child that she knows, and while they're on vacation, because they have some work to do and everything, and so on the weekdays she has to actually watch them, and she gets to enjoy herself a little bit and actually get out. And I believe in the end of the book she is allowed to do that, because I can't exactly remember. It's been a little bit since I've read this book, but it ended up something like that, where I believe she was able to go again, and I think she may have said, but I can assure you all of these are very interesting books. They all have a lot of conflict. They make the characters feel very real, in my opinion, and yeah, they just make the characters feel real. That's pretty much all I can say about these books. They make the characters, you really want the characters to succeed, and you want them to get what is best for them, and so I think you're really invested in the characters by the time the book ends, and every time I finish the book, I'm pretty satisfied with the way it ends. So I think if you read to the end of these books, you'll be very satisfied with the book. Now on to number 4, even though these aren't in any particular order, this is going to be the 4th book on the list, counting down. Now we have the next book, book number 4, and as I said before, this is the Chronicles of Narnia. Now I know what you're saying, technically this isn't one book, this is a chronicle, this is like a series of books, and this has like a lot of pages. Let's see, how many pages does this actually have? I read this entire thing, so 790, no, wait, hold on, a little bit back. Okay, let's see. 767 pages for this book. So this is like several different things. This has to do with the movies that they made. It has to do with the ones before that. It has the ones with Prince Caspian, of course the ones with Edmund and Peter, the rest of them, I can't remember all of their names, but it has to do with all of the characters that I know that I really like. I'm really invested in these characters, and I've just really enjoyed reading this book. I read this book a while back once again, but I remember this book a lot. I remember it pretty much 100%. Of course, it's been a little bit distorted from watching the movies. That kind of happens when you watch the movies over and over again, because that's actually what we did. I really enjoyed this book. I just can't express that enough. This book was so enjoyable to read, so much good storytelling from C.S. Lewis. The characters were amazing. The places they went, Narnia, the place that they went was really cool. The battles, the creatures that were introduced to you. I don't know, I just really liked the entire series, the beginning, how it all linked together to the very end of the book. And the very end of the book is a little bit sad, but also you're very happy for most of the characters. I won't give a spoiler for that. It's a little bit sad for one of the characters, but for the rest of the characters, it's really awesome. So yeah, the Chronicles of Narnia was just very enjoyable to read. I definitely recommend this one. This is like one of the highest recommended books that I definitely recommend this one so much. I think you guys should so definitely read this if you are interested in the types of things that come from this book. A lot of it is more, you know, fake. Like it has a lot of mythical creatures and just creatures that really don't exist. Like I think it might have dragons, it has dwarves, it has giants. I mean, giants really did exist because the Bible says so, but there's a couple of things in here that doesn't exist. Some of the things do exist. Another thing that I really like about this book is that it all really revolves around things that are very biblical, I would say. It has a very strong message that ties in with what the Bible says, and I really like that as well. If you read this book, you will see that C.S. Lewis, he's actually a Christian, so he ties a lot of Christianity into this book, and that's another reason that I recommend this. If you're a Christian, then I definitely recommend it. It's way too hot. I'm sweating like crazy. I don't even know what the temperature is right now. Yeah, let's move on to the next book then. This other one is more of a younger book, you know, for younger people, but this is a book that I've enjoyed. So, and I think I may have, it's kind of classic to me. I don't know. It's called the Boxcar Children, and you probably heard of it. It's a very popular series. They made like a cartoon out of it and everything. It's about these kids. This is after they went to the boxcar. So they were a bunch of kids. I think their parents died. They had to live in a boxcar for a while, and they eventually, I think their grandfather takes care of them now, and they go on all these amazing trips. In this particular one though, they go to an island where there's a school and they figure out a bunch of mysteries. I think somebody's stealing the books or something, and they are able to put a stop to it, just like they are in every one. Now I will have to admit that if you're an older person, you might not find this as interesting. It has an interesting story, but the depth to the characters, there's not very much depth to these characters like there is in some of the older books. Guys, you may be disappointed in me for this one. I couldn't find any other books, and I do like this book. Ta-da, super kid book. This is a Curious George book, 5-minute stories. So this is just a book that I enjoyed when I would read them a really long time ago, back way before I was in high school, I believe. And I just really would actually read this again. I enjoyed this book. It's a bunch of 5-minute stories about my favorite, your favorite, everybody's favorite character, Curious George, and the man in the yellow hat. And it's just so fun because it's from the character of George, and you get to see his experiences, and he's treated a lot like a human in the book, and I just really enjoyed it. Now I know this is kind of like a rip-off, and because this isn't a full-length book, but we don't have that many books, and I didn't want to include a lot of the, and we do have a lot of books, it's just a lot of them are from the same series, let me say. And I couldn't find any other ones when I was doing this, but yeah, if you want to read a Curious George book, I definitely recommend it. He even goes in a space rocket thing. See, there's him in a space outfit. He rides on some balloons, it looks like. There's some rabbits in the story. He goes to the library in one of them. Yeah, just overall a very awesome story, but again, this one's like for super young people, like 5 or younger maybe. But I did enjoy this book when I read it a really long time ago. I don't remember when it was. I was still too old for it when I did that. I'm a homeschooler, so I kind of read books that are too young for me sometimes. But most of the time I read books that are for my age. But if I find a book that I want to read and it's for a younger person, I have no problem reading it. Now that doesn't make me lazy. I do read books that are for my age. Trust me, guys, I do. I really do. I'm actually working on a book right now that's for my age, guys. I'm just kidding. But I mean, it is. But yeah, let's move on to the next book, which is my absolute favorite book ever. And again, these aren't in order, but this last one will be. And number 1 on my list got, oh, no. Oh. That was close. Oh, it's still sideways. Hold on. Are you guys straight now? Let's see. Looks like it. Okay, I think you guys are okay. Yeah, my camera stand almost fell, so that would have been bad. And my whole camera would have just fallen to the ground. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on to my number 1 favorite book. Again, most of these weren't in order, but this particular one was. This is the Bible. If you don't already know, it doesn't really have this particular one doesn't have the word Bible on it. This is the B-I-B-L-E, the Bible, the God's book. It's basically a history book following God and the people that He's helped, the people that have done things for Him, the people that were in the Bible, like Joseph, Peter, Paul, Saul. You know, that's the same person. Jonah, and there is a lot of interesting stories in here, a lot of inspirational stories, and if you're a Christian, I definitely recommend it. If you're not, maybe read this and maybe it will help you. Some of them are very history-like, and some of them, I mean, all of them are very history-like, but some of them are recordings of names and things, and then some of them are like wars and action. It has so many different varieties of things, and I definitely really, out of every book, I probably recommend this one the most. Sorry if I sound a little bit tired. It is really hot out here today. Probably already said that. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. I do recommend each and every one of these books if you want to read them. There will not be a link in the description because I'm lazy. But because I don't know where to find these books. Amazon, maybe? I would check Amazon, just type up the titles. I may put a link in the description. I might. We'll see. We'll see, guys. If I'm too lazy to put a link in the description, you guys can search them up on Amazon. But I'll have a link in the description. Okay, guys, I'll put a link in the description for you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm probably gonna go back inside and rest for like 5 hours. It's so hot out here. Yeah, that is all I wanted to say. See you guys next time. Hey guys, it's me, Lucas Callahan, with a vlog style sort of pose. I want to say really quickly, if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure to do that. I upload weekly, and I do vlogs, faith-based videos, and fun videos that are awesome for me to make, and hopefully they're awesome for you to watch. Yeah, I'm really gonna head back inside now, and maybe get some rest or something, or watch a YouTube video, or watch my YouTube videos so that I can be super self-centered. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not actually like that, guys. I don't actually, I mean, I do watch my own YouTube videos to see if they turned out good, but other than that, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, welcome to my very first Christian meme review. Today we're going to be taking a look at 12 different Christian memes. Wow, my own YouTube videos are really fun to watch. That apple was really good and I dropped it. I gotta go get me another one.